Notts County Talk player ratings after Notts have won 3-1 at Meadow Lane against Altrincham, who now sit right at the foot of the table. Got their win last week, but they couldn't manage to even get a draw here today. They did play pretty well, in my opinion. Came defensively, they came with a plan, and had they not hit the ball early on at 0-0, could have been a different story.
Yeah, definitely could. Yeah, it really could. It's a slow start to the game, wasn't it, for Notts? But I think Altrincham made it like that. And then Langstaff, it really is the difference today. I think, last season with the players that we had, we'd have struggled to get 3 points today. I really do. Both of Langstaff's first 2 goals, they're sort of, not against the run of play, but they've sort of come out of nowhere, haven't they?
Yeah.
So, yeah, I'm happy. It's a good 3 points. You can't. I mean, they're all 3 points, aren't they? These wins, but you can't. You got to see this game for what it was, and wasn't the best performance. I'm not afraid to admit that, but
But it was still comfortable, which is a strange one.
Yeah, it was. In the end, it was, yeah. But a few players in there as well, like Meadow gets a run out as well, which is great. So yeah, it's served its purpose, hasn't it? And
Let's get
3 points.
Yeah, let's get on with the ratings then. Sam Slocum gets wiped out, in my opinion. Could have been a red card. Richard Brinley there, give him a 10 because his way that is. Jim wants an 8 after not playing. So Jim, you can have an 8. Let's go Sam then. Couldn't know anything about the goal. Brave coming out his box a few times. I feel like last season he would have hesitated. And there was a game last season where he did hesitate, and there was a goal. It was Halifax, I think.
Yeah, I think his distribution's a lot better.
Yeah.
A lot better. And when he's passing the ball, he's making himself an option again. Whereas before, I think he'd have sort of gone back into his goal. So we're seeing improvements from Slocum, which I think is great, and he seems to be getting a little bit better, improving little bits of his game and things like that. So I'm going to give him a 7 today.
Yeah, I'm going to agree with you. We'll go Altrincham on that left. Gets the goal. I did know it was his goal. It's been confirmed. I did know it.
Yeah.
It was. It's unfortunate in one sense. It's not a hat trick for Langstaff, but also
it's great to see Chickson scoring it.
It's
one of them.
good.
Like, you're happy either way, aren't you?
Yeah.
Chickson, difficult game for him today. I think. I think both sides really struggled, but I think Chickson played well. Other than the goal, I don't really see him coming into the game too much. But he is there in the right time, and I'm going to give him a 7.
He's got the goal for me that kills the game off completely. 7.5.
Okay.
Carl Cameron,
solid.
I'll give him an extra point just for clapping at their manager that had sort of lost his head at one point. Really good at bringing the ball out of defence. Very solid. First touch is fantastic for a centre back, and looks a bit like Batman. So for me, 7.5.
Yeah, I'm going to give him an 8. I thought he was really good. I think they'll be really disappointed that they conceded as well. But going forward, he just got that presence, hasn't he? Going forward, and players look scared to approach him. So yeah, 8.
Let's go Rawlinson.
I think he's done quite well today. I really do. I think he stepped in. He's a couple of sloppy passes in the first half, I think. But I think there was everyone was doing that in the first half. It seemed a few sloppy passes here and there. But on the whole, I think he had a good performance. I'm going to give him a 7.
Confident if he was starting against Wrexham.
Yeah, I would be.
Yeah, I agree. I'm going to go 7 as well. And then Richard Brinley. Always good. Not quite as good today, but I think that was down to how far back Altrincham sat. Usually he's best when he breaks between sort of the midfield 2 and tries to break the line, and he uses his pace to get through, but wasn't really the option for that today. So I think 7.
Yeah, I'm going to go 7. I think defensively, Brinley has been outstanding. Every game I've seen him in, he's been brilliant. Some of the tackles he's doing, last-ditch tackles, he's just in the right place at the right time, and he's a great player for Notts to have, and I think he goes under the radar a little bit. I really do.
Yeah, Adebayo Rowling then on the right wing back. Good to see him start, in my opinion, and it's good to give Aaron Aman that bit of a rest. What did he get? 60 minutes without playing, and then comes on, so 65 minutes. How did you assess that? Because for me, I thought he first half showed that he hasn't been playing regular football, quite slow to beat his man, a bit hesitant, gets the assist, which shows his pace, and then from then on he just kicked on. Can we even say it's an assist for the second one? Because now it's Chickson's goal. Is it Langstaff's assist? I don't think it's Adebayo Rowling's, but it's as good as an assist. And I thought he was really, really good. I'm going to go for an 8.
Yeah, I mean, For me, I'm not going to give him an 8 because I think you could see that he wasn't match sharp today. I think there was a few errors in there. And don't get me wrong, at key points in the game, he stepped up. Like you say, gets the assist, puts in the key pass for the 3rd goal. But I think if you make the mistakes, and obviously that's why he was played against Altrincham today, but if you make the mistakes that he made against Altrincham today, against Wrexham, you're going to be punished for it. So I'm gonna give him a 6.5.
6.5. That is controversial. I think you'll be shot down.
Okay.
For that.
I'm willing to be.
Matty Palmer, roulette man.
Yeah.
Just like you said, he gets absolutely smashed in a tackle. He just gets up. He's the calmest guy.
He doesn't react to players at all. I don't know how he does that. One of the challenges, the players just absolutely put everything into the tackle, and he's trying to cause damage, isn't he?
Yeah.
Late in the second half, but he just gets up and doesn't even look at him. And I think it's brilliant to have that. It's brilliant to have that, and it's also brilliant to have the players that will get up and react, like your Jim O'Brien's and players like that. But for me, he's just the vital cog in the team. So I'm going to give him 8.
I agree. 8. He's too good. There's a pass, one of the passes in the first half.
Oh, I know exactly which one you mean. The long ball. Yeah. Ridiculous.
So good. Fizzes it, but the perfect way. It's so good. Yeah, really good. He was part and stayed with Castro. Castro definitely warranted the start, in my opinion.
Yeah.
And there was a point in the first half where he was taking too long on the ball. Now, Carl Cameron went up to him and had a word, and I'm sure he was saying release it quicker. I'm pretty sure, because he seemed to do it after that. I would give him a 6 today.
Castro. I think that free kick goes in. He has a completely different performance. The one that absolutely rattles the bar. And it looks like it went in from where I'm sat, but I don't think it did. Bounces on the line. Unfortunate, because it would have been great for him to get back-to-back goals like that. And like I said, I think it would have fired him on. But yeah, he wasn't up to the same level he was at York, without a doubt. But I think that essentially is down to the opponent. I'm going to give him a 6.
I think he was bought off as well because quite early on, 53rd, 54th minute, because Luke Williams realised that Altrincham had got a goal and they were starting to get on top. So we bought on Ed Francis and sort of shored it up a little bit. Let's go Ruben.
Not his game today, was it? He really wasn't at it. I think he lost possession too many times. Luckily enough for Ruben, this isn't a regular occurrence though. I mean, he's a class player, and let's be honest, Altrincham again have made it difficult for him, because as soon as he gets the ball, there's 2 men on him. It's difficult for him, and yeah, I think he struggled today. Not one of his best games, but you'd rather have him have a bad game in a game like today, where we still get the win.
Come alive on Tuesday.
Exactly.
It reminds me a lot of the York game. York game, it took him 55 minutes to become active in the game, and it did again today. And it's when the game opened up that he became more active.
Yeah.
But also, just being on the pitch draws players away from Langstaff, and vice versa. So, Scott.
What rating you give Ruben?
Oh, Ruben. 6.5.
I'm going to go say. I was going to say the exact same thing. 6.5. So.
He's given more than Castro for me.
Yeah.
Scott takes a shot. We were trying to walk it in, and then he takes a shot from the edge, ends up giving us the first goal.
Yeah.
So having that shot it's opened the whole game up. It's a game-changing moment. I still think we would have won, but it's pushed into the path of Langstaff, and he scores. He was bought off again, I think, due to the system. We had to change it because Altrincham were having a good spell. I want to see him do a bit more, but he always seems to do something, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I agree, and I think it goes back to what we've been saying about how good Altrincham were in that first, sort of 35-40 minutes of the game. There wasn't too much from Scott or Langstaff, really, was there?
No.
But obviously, as soon as that happens, then the game changes. They're coming into the game a lot more. Scott does that, and then obviously we score from it. And for me, I just feel like he needs a run of games. It's been quite disrupted, hasn't it? And you can see it. He's chomping at the bit, isn't he? He really wants to get some game time together, and I know he's probably got a bit of a niggle that we need to be looking after, but I just can't wait for him to have that clear run of games where he's playing week in, week out. But for today's performance,
I think there's possibly an error for their goal.
Yeah, for today's performance, I'm going to give him a 6.5.
Yeah, I'm going to go 6.5. I'm going to go 6.5. Langstaff. I said in my video with Jake, we're in danger of just having a channel that just talks about Langstaff, but I can't say it enough. How can you not?
He is the difference. There's no other way. He is the difference. If we don't have Langstaff today, we might not have even won that game. We might not have even scored. Do you know what I mean? Because the game's completely different without a player like Langstaff. And these are the games we were struggling in last season. They are, and to be getting a result from it, you can't take it for granted. You really can't. It's fantastic, and I'm gonna have to give him a 9.5. I really just for his goals alone, completely changed the game, and these 3 points are important as the next. I cannot stress that enough. And fantastic player, man of the match again.
Yeah, easily man of the match. I'm going to go 9. Like I said earlier, it's a shame he didn't get the hat trick, but it's also great that we've got other people scoring. Chickson could have scored 5 and 5.
Yeah.
Had a great shot saved against Dorking and missed one against York from 5 yards out.
Yeah.
But it's really good. It is really good. So I'm going to go 9. Do you want to go to the subs?
Let's go for it. Who should we go for first? Should we go in the main?
Yeah.
Does what he does, him coming late on in the game really stretches the defence, doesn't it? And it did. He came in, had 2 or 3 chances on the edge of the box, does what he does. I'm going to give him a 7.
I'm going to go 7. Agree with everything you've just said. Ed Francis, good to see him get some time.
Yeah.
Right player to bring on.
Yeah, definitely.
I think calmed it down.
Good to see him.
Yeah, few stray passes. I'm going to go 6.5.
Yeah, I'll go 6. I agree.
Yeah.
Final. Who's the final?
It's gone up my head.
It's gone up my head as well.
Final change. It wasn't Jim O'Brien, even though he just shouted to us that it was Jim, was it? So
it was Austin.
Yeah, it was Austin. Love him.
Yeah, he's class, isn't he? Another player the way you feel like give him a run of games, we'll see something special.
Starts against Wrexham for me over Scott, purely because we need his energy. I think we're gonna need his energy in the 96th minute when the ref gives Wrexham a penalty.
Yeah, I don't know. It's so difficult to call the team at the minute. I mean, given injuries,
or even if he doesn't come in for Scott, for me, someone's got to come in for Cat. We won't play that attacking against Wrexham.
No,
definitely not.
No. Well, we'll see. But as far as a score goes for him,
7.
I'll give him a 6.5.
Fair enough. There are our ratings. Feels like a bit of a, an audition almost for Tuesday night's game. It's an absolutely massive game. We win, we go top. Wrexham already top. A draw, would it be the worst result? I'm not sure, but we've leapfrogged Chesterfield. We're into second place, regardless of Wrexham getting that goal. We've made ground on them. We'd love to know your player ratings ahead of the big Tuesday night game, and let us know anything else you thought about the game. Don't forget to like, comment and subscribe.